Hey everybody, welcome to the Hockey Skate Down. Before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. If you want to join our hockey team, it's free. Click subscribe, hit the notification bell to all. Thank you all so much, and let's get started. I wanted to do a video focusing on Torey Krug and where he'll play next year. Will it be back with the Boston Bruins? Could it be in another sweater? New Jersey? Pun intended. Or the Detroit Redwings is another interesting option. So let's get into it. You know, the Boston Bruins have, roughly around this year, $669,000 to cap space left over per cap friendly. And that's not a lot of room to make any moves next year, but, with buyouts happening, potentially with the cap space going down, there's talk of maybe more than one happening. They could also make trades. They could not bring back some key players. So they could work with something that they don't have right now and make some more room that way to sign key free agents. And, their UFAs as of now for this upcoming year are Joakim Nordstrom, Zdeno Chara, and Torey Krug, who I want to discuss heavily in this video. And their RFAs are Anders Bjork, Jake DeBrusk, and Matt Grzelcyk. And Jake DeBrusk is coming off of a big year this year, and he's going to command a pretty penny. So he's one of those players to focus in on as he's a young piece of their core going forward. Can he be re-signed to a new deal? Can he be moved for other assets to retain some cap space? We'll have to see what happens. But, I wanted to focus in on Torey Krug. I've loved this player play since the first time I saw him. He's a highly offensive defenseman. It's very rare that you can get a defenseman that plays the way he does. He's a rare breed of defenseman. He's got a rocket from a point. He can score from any which angle on that blue line, down low. He just has such an accurate, hard shot that always seems to find the net. Great playmaker, great in the power play. He doesn't typically always score from the point. He's one of those players that's a rover out there where he'll go to the front of the net on the power play and score. He just finds those gritty areas where he can score. He'll bring the puck down low, take hits to make a play. He's just one of those great defensemen, and he fights too, and he hits big. And he's one of those feisty players that every team would love to have on their back end. And I think there's going to be a lot of situations where a lot of teams are going to throw a lot of money at him this year. And can the Boston Bruins re-sign him to a new contract? And this year is going to be an interesting year just to get into. I know a lot of Boston fans are freaking out about this, but just think about it this way. There's always potential this year where if the salary cap goes down, you have a lot of big free agents out there. And they're going to want to make a pretty penny. So maybe not hitting it big this year and helping out whatever team they want to go to or go back to. Maybe they take a team-friendly contract this year, and then when the salary cap goes up, they kind of say to their GMs, I helped you out last time, give me more money this time. And that's what possibly could happen. They could sign cheaper one-year deals or two-year deals this year, and then when the salary cap goes up, then they get that big deal that they're looking for. So just keep that in mind, Boston fans. But, Torey Krug, he's UFA this offseason. He's 5'9", 186 pounds, 29 years old. Still very young, but kind of going into that 30-year age. This past year, 1920, he had 61 games played. He had 9 goals, 40 assists, 49 points. Last year, 18-19 season, he had 64 games played, 6 goals, 47 assists, 53 points. And 17-18 was his best year as far as points. 76 games played, 14 goals, 45 assists, 59 points. And in his career, he's played 523 games, 67 goals, 270 assists for 337 points. Those are great numbers. And Krug knows what he's worth. He really does. He knows what his value is, what kind of contract he's looking at, or what he's willing to take as far as a contract to help teams out. What I saw a couple of months ago that he was seeking a 6-year, $49 million deal for 8.17 AAV. He's 8th in scoring this year and 6th in scoring since the 2017-2018 season. So he's looking something in the range of $8+ million. Can the Boston Bruins afford that? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But recently he had a well, not recently, but a couple of months ago. I saw this recently pop up on my thing, so I'm like, all right, let me just do this video now. He spoke to Joe Haggerty of NBC Sports Boston, and he had some words to say. Boston is a special place to him and his family to grow. My love for the games, playing in front of those fans have been very special to me. But this situation hasn't given me much clarity for me personally. I really hope I didn't play my last game as a Bruin. And, you know, it's one of those things where it's hard to hear, but he also loves playing here. And I think he does want to stay a Bruin, but he realizes the situation of, you know, their cap space and everything. So does the allure of going back home draw him in? You know, can Steve Yzerman, GM of the Detroit Red Wings, kind of lure him to come home and play? That's always a possibility. You know, Detroit's got a lot of cap space. They have young defensemen there. They have Moritz Seider, who they recently drafted. Can Krug be the mentor to him, helping him develop his game? You know, that's what I think Yzerman's going to try to sell them on. They're a young, up-and-coming team. You know, they could potentially win the lottery this year and draft Alexis Lafreniere, which would drastically help their chances of attracting any free agents out there. And they're one of those teams that are up-and-coming. And you know Steve Yzerman has... he has that, you know, he's a great player. You know, I grew up watching him, and he's one of my favorite players watching growing up. And he's got that hockey mind as a GM where he knows how to pick certain players where you don't expect. I didn't expect him to draft Moritz Seider. No one did. But he's just got that where he could see certain things with certain players. And, you know, it wouldn't be a bad place for Torey Krug to go if he's looking to go elsewhere. But my thing is, I hope the Devils sign him. I really do. You know, the Devils are another team with a lot of cap space. They're in need of an offensive defenseman. You know, their defense is kind of up in flux right now where, you know, PK Subban's on the team, and he's kind of past his prime. But I think he'll have a rebound year this upcoming year. But he had a really horrible year this year. You know, you have Damon Severson back there. He's kind of an offensive defenseman, but not, you know, has his defensive lapses where, you know, kind of make you scratch your head. We have Will Butcher. We have Dakota Mermis, who could possibly come back. Frederick Claesson, Connor Carrick, Mirko Mueller. So you see that their defense is not the best of. And Torey Krug would be an awesome addition to this team. We have the cap space to acquire him. Tom Fitzgerald could sell him on being our number one defenseman and having plethora of playing time, plethora of power play time where he can quarterback that power play. And it's one of those defensemen that we've lacked for a very long time that would really turn this team around. And we have, you know, the potential for 3 first-round draft picks. That could attract a lot of people. We have a young 1-2 tandem down center in Hischier and Hughes. So that could attract a lot of people, a lot of UFAs this offseason as well. And could it be enough to attract Torey Krug? We'll have to wait and see. I really hope it does. I love Torey Krug. I really do. I think he would be a key asset if Fitzgerald could sign him, and one of those players that could really turn this team around and get the puck up to our younger players to you know, to work with. So you know, I just felt like this was an interesting video to do. I like Krug as a Bruin. Watched him play for a very long time. He's just one of those, like I said before, one of those rare breed of defensemen that you don't see a lot of, that have that lack of size, but they don't show that on the ice. They play a big game, and he would be a big draw for any team that's looking to add an offensive defenseman this offseason. So will he be a Boston Bruin? Will he be a Detroit Red Wing? Will he be a New Jersey Devil? I hope so. So, you know, comment below. Let me know what you think. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe if you want to. Join our hockey team. And, you know, thank you, everybody, for watching the video. Please smash that like button. Comment below what you think. Will he be a Boston Bruin? Will he go elsewhere? Maybe to one of your teams that I didn't list in this video. Comment below. Let me know. And as always, stay safe out there. Have a great night. Have a great day tomorrow. And take it easy.